Welcome to the channel. With the release of the new MSI claw systems, it's worth probably looking at how well the old claw systems actually perform, because the old claw systems, like this one here, can be had for significantly cheaper than the new ones. So this is the MSI claw A1M, the Ultra 5 model, the 135H, and Intel has been keeping the drivers, they keep updating the drivers, so hopefully that provides some compatibility improvements for this system. But I haven't really had much in the way of compatibility problems for a long time on these, so at least the drivers seem more or less stable at this point. But there's been a recent new driver release, so we are going to test out Red Dead Redemption 2. We're going to do a little benchmarking here, and the software I have installed on here, the important one is the Intel graphics driver 32.0.101.6559, which, as of the filming of this video, was like a week or so ago when this came out. So let's see how Red Dead Redemption handles with some new software. So what we've got here is I'm going to include the benchmark videos, and I'm also going to include the settings for Red Dead Redemption 2. So I'll scroll through all the video settings that I've set. It's mostly low settings because I'm trying to prioritize frame rate here rather than, making the graphics look absolutely the best they could. I prefer to have like 60 frames per second if I can. We're not using any frame generation here, so this is just straight up performance, no fake frames, none of that other business. And let's take a look at how this is going to go. I have one test using AC power on performance mode. Theoretically, that's like maximum performance. I have another test on what MSI usually recommends for battery power, which is their AI mode. So we will see how those two stack up. First up, let's take a look at the Red Dead Redemption 2 settings. Up first, we have a test of Red Dead Redemption 2, running the benchmarks with the claw being powered by battery and using MSI's AI mode, which is what they typically recommend.
Truckers and bigwigs. They're tearing this damn land apart. All of them.
This place is going to the dogs.
I love all of them.
Up next is Red Dead Redemption 2 benchmarks running under AC power on the Claw, so we'll see if we get any kind of performance boost here for this particular game. And we're using performance settings this time, which theoretically should give us the maximum frame rate. Let's find out.
prices at the saloon. Didn't bother to scrub the blood out of the floorboards, though.
I know.
I think I had enough.
So now that you've either seen the test videos, see what they look like, or you just skip to the end to look at the results, let's take a look at the results from the 2 runs that we did here. I actually did some more runs that I didn't record, but they're all around similar performance, at least in terms of average frame rate. Now, the battery run, you can see the average frame rate was about 67 frames per second, which is over 60, so it's fine. And the max and min, those actually tended to vary a good bit over runs, so I just used the numbers here that I had in the videos that you can see. But the max and min tend to fluctuate a little bit if you run this more than once, but the average frame rate tends to stay about the same. But I recommend looking at the videos themselves if you want to see, are there areas where the game really bogs down, or does it run more or less smoothly the whole time? As you can see, under AC, you get, on average, a bit better performance, a couple more frames per second. It's more like 70 this time instead of 67. So, and again, running this multiple times, I'm getting around 70 frames per second each time. And just like with the battery-powered ones, the max and min do vary a bit. It seems to be a little bit of random variation in there. But again, watch the videos of the benchmarks, and you can see if there's any areas that particularly cause bog. In playing the actual game, it actually plays pretty smoothly on the Claw. So this is not a bad device to run a little Red Dead Redemption 2, provided that you don't want the highest graphics settings, but I prefer a better frame rate and smoother gameplay over fancier leaps. So I will tend to prioritize, hey, I want to make the game run quickly, I want a good frame rate. So given that you can get the MSI Claw relatively cheaply these days, particularly if you get the Ultra 5 model like mine, the Ultra 7 model should provide a little better performance. but the difference really isn't that bad. It's not like the difference between the Z1 Ally and the Z1 Extreme Ally. The GPU is way different in those two, and you see a very large difference in performance between those. The Ultra 5 and the Ultra 7 Claw, there is relatively little difference. Most gaming demos I've seen, you don't really get that big of a performance boost with the Ultra 7. So, you can pick up one of these for pretty cheap now. So if you're looking to play some games on a budget, and if you're a little wary of the old Ally Z1 Extreme because of the SD card issue, well, at least the Claw doesn't have an SD card issue. Performance generally on the Claw isn't quite as good as the Z1 Extreme, but for this game, I was actually getting slightly better numbers on the Claw than on my Legion Go. So I'll have to see if I can get my Legion Go numbers up a little bit better, but the Claw is actually outperforming it for this particular game at the moment. But at any rate, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, remember to leave a like. If you want to see more gaming-related content, handhelds and otherwise, subscribe to the channel. I hope you enjoyed the video again, and we'll see you next video.